Hi, I'm Mitch Shoemaker, and this is day 50 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on today. And I hope I'm actually recording this video. I can't see. Let me see. Okay, I think I am. Sorry. Um, I usually do this on YouTube, and for whatever reason, I went in there today, and now they no longer give me the option, at least from my phone, to record a video on YouTube and then upload it. Apparently, I have to do a video and then upload it. The only problem with that is that if I talk for too long on my phone, the camera setting, whatever, it times out sometimes. So I can't. I can make the longer ones on YouTube and it will upload it, but I can't make the longer ones on my camera video recording thing. It times out for some reason. So I don't know if it's a new thing that YouTube's doing or if it's just me. So I also don't know why I'm awake at 4 o'clock in the morning when I should be in bed asleep because I am super duper tired. And I've pretty much just been watching YouTube videos for the past 2 hours because I just was too tired to get off the couch and being lazy. And I just wanted to go to sleep. But I had a good day today, and I am grateful for today. And it was I'm not gonna say it was an easy day, but I got things done today, which I'm very grateful for. And I feel like I was maybe not 100% paying attention today, but I was trying to pay attention to what I was doing today. And I don't know, it wasn't probably until I went to work tonight that I started realizing how much my mind automatically wants to go to daydreaming or some other thing. And I didn't do that. I mean, I did occasionally, but I just came right back to reality and focusing on what I'm doing and where I'm going, or at least trying to. I think if nothing else, I'm just very much aware how much my mind wanders other places and it does not really stay in today or in the moment. And oh, I really should be in bed. I apologize. But I I am still not feeling 100%. I did kind of have a struggle today because I've noticed or rather a thought, maybe not necessarily a struggle, but it's an ongoing thing for me at this point in time. But one, I realized it's been like 7 weeks since I went to work, so it's kind of weird to actually work tonight, even if it was just for like 3 hours. And also, it's kind of weird, kind of an odd thing for me, I guess. I I don't know. It's an opposites thing. It's like a contradiction, oxymoron, whatever you want to call it. Ooh. But it just seems like the more I do to make myself emotionally, spiritually feel better, um, it requires me to work and put forth effort and thought process and all of those things, which is a good thing. And it makes me feel emotionally better and more confident and excited and hopeful for my future. But it seems the more I do that, the worse my cough gets, and then my throat starts getting all scratchy again. And I'm just like, and my body's reminding me that I don't feel good, that I don't have energy, that I'm just zapped because I did too much. And but when I relax and I don't do things, then I actually physically feel better. I feel fine. I feel nice and relaxed. And I'm like, everything's hunky dory. Uh, Emotionally, I feel more depressed and discouraged and less hopeful for the future because I just feel stuck because I'm just laying around doing nothing all day. So I'm trying to find some kind of a balance and knowing that I can do some things in spite of how I feel, but I also have to try not to overdo it because then it prevents me from doing stuff um, the next day. So I hope I didn't overdo today so that I can still do stuff tomorrow. Uh, I probably did stay up way too late. I literally was falling asleep on my couch. And I need to be in my bed instead. But I was productive today. I took a shower, I got dressed, I went and got some food, I put the food away, I made food, and then I was exhausted and wanted to go back to bed. And I'm like, yay, I've been awake for 2 hours and I'm done. I didn't go back to bed. I eventually did read my scriptures and meditationals, and then I did I did go online and I did some stuff for my writing group as a secretary. I had some stuff I hadn't done for a couple of months, so I went in and did that. And then I did look at some jobs and applied for one. I need to apply for a lot more. I need to not be so picky. I realized I'm very picky. I'm reading through some of these job descriptions and I was like, oh my gosh. So either, I didn't do the right kind of search because it's giving me a whole bunch of jobs that I'm so not qualified for that don't even make any sense to me. Or I was just getting stuff that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is what I'm stuck applying for. Because I've just had a lot of experience in a lot of different areas. And so I think and the older I get, the more picky I am about what I want to do. But then tonight going to work, I realized that I'm not really in a position to be that picky. I need to have steady income and maybe some medical insurance and things like that. And if it's a job I can do and it pays the bills, I need to do it until, and then I can do that. And then I can work on my books on the side and try to get my books published and things like that. And as I work on those things on the side, eventually, hopefully I'll get some money doing that. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad deal. And I'm sure it won't be as bad as I make it out to be. I'm a super picky person. And I think I'm super picky about everything, like my clothes and everything else like that. I'm not just picky about, I'm not just picky about my jobs, but I am picky. And I know that saying, beggars can't be choosers, keeps running through my head. But at the same time, I don't want to get into another job that I just dread doing, because then I won't do it. And I don't need a job that I don't do, or that I don't do 100%, because I just feel bad about myself. I feel bad for them. And then I'm still looking for another job because I'm still looking for something that I want to do. So I need to find something that's different. I need to find something that's a little bit challenging for me, because then I will be interested even for a short period of time, because once I learn the job and I've done it for a while, I will get bored, because that's what I do with every job I've ever had. But I need something that will keep me, interested or going for a couple of years while I get my books, work on my books and my writing and get things published and up and running that way. So I'm, just going to work and being reminded of that and how much money I don't have. But grateful I was willing to go to work, and really grateful for the extra incentives that my job is offering right now, because I just opened up, I looked into going to work tonight and I was debating. I seriously was, because I was so tired from everything else I'd already done. And I was like, I just don't want to go to work. But, and then I saw the incentives on there and I was like, okay, I'll try it. And then when I realized that I'm not making as much money as I would like to in the amount of time that I would like to. So again, reminder, this is why I need to apply for other jobs. I was like, okay, all right, something I need to do. And of course, remembering that I had felt impressed to do that instead of something else a couple months ago before I got sick and I didn't do it. And now it doesn't matter. But I just can't believe it's been like 7 weeks. So like 7 weeks I have been dragging on with this virus and infection and whatever it is that I've got that just is not going away. And although it's getting better and I have days where I am better, it's not 100%. And I don't know if I've used this analogy on here, but I think I've mentioned it to a couple of people, that it's kind of like physical therapy. It's got, I've been doing all this laying around and my body's just kind of atrophied. I've probably put on some weight. And so, and I was already out of shape and overweight before, so it's just made it worse. And so now I just have to rebuild all of those muscles. I have to get used to doing things again for longer periods of time. And so I'm going to have to build up to it, work up to it, because I'm not going to be able to do it for whatever. And I spent like an hour looking at jobs and then my brain was like fried and I'm like, I'm so done. And I've heard, like in the past, not recently, but previously when I've been looking for jobs, that, if you're working for an 8-hour day, you should spend 8 hours a day looking for a job. That should be your job. So it's very frustrating that I'm like, I have 8 hours. I just don't have energy to do 8 hours. I didn't even have energy to do 8 hours of work tonight, but I at least went to work tonight. So that was a happy thing. And I did get a little bit of a bonus, which means I might be able to pay my bills this weekend. Some of them, one of them. But I don't know. Means I still have to go to work tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. Which means I really need to be in bed asleep. But I also wrote in my journal tonight, and the crazy thing is it wasn't like I need to do this or like on my to do list kind of a thing to write in my journal. It was I wanted to write in my journal. I wanted to see what would come up when I wrote in my journal. I wanted to do it for the first time in a long time, and so I'm grateful that I did it. It made it so much easier because I'm like, I just want to write in my journal. So I just wanted to write the things that I was grateful for. And I am grateful for the energy that I somehow managed to have today. And I don't know that I necessarily had the energy, but I'm grateful I did things in spite of my lack of energy. And that I allowed myself to push myself a little bit. And I'm grateful to know that I could keep going if I had to, but I didn't have to, so I stopped, which is probably a good thing. And I definitely need to sleep. I should have slept a lot sooner, but anyway, progress, not perfection, baby steps, one day at a time. So I think today is a better day, and it's one of those things where I don't know if it's a catch-22 where I'm doing stuff that makes me feel better emotionally, but might hinder my progress of getting better because the more I do, the worse I feel. So by the end of the night, I was like, and I'm so done, which is why I only worked for 3 hours because I was feeling worse. So I don't know. And then, of course, I've rested for several hours since I've been home, so I don't sound or feel quite as bad as I did when I first got home. But I am still extremely tired and wish that I was in bed asleep because it's wearing me out to do the extra stuff. But I'm grateful that I can do the extra stuff. And I'm grateful for the things that I got done. Excuse me, that I got done today. And yeah, I'm grateful that I was able to try to focus a little bit on today and to pay attention to what I was thinking about, stuff that needed to be done. And I tried watching like Netflix for a little bit, and I was like, I'm just bored, like scrolling through. I'm like, there's nothing I want to watch. I'm done. Which I think is a good thing because then I'm like, okay, then I have to do something else, and then like, and I'm bored with my game, so then I'm like, I really have to work. I have to do other things, and I'm grateful for that because I think that's just me and knowing that there's other stuff that I should be doing and not getting sucked into that and just feeling like I don't need that anymore because I'm starting to feel better. So yay, I'm starting to feel better. Yay, I wish I was better. I wish I didn't have a scratchy throat. I wish I didn't feel tired all the time. But these are things that may last for a very long time. And some of these things, like being tired all the time, I was before I even got sick. So it's just things that I need to work through and continue to work on. And I know that as I do that a little bit at a time, that I can start building up my stamina and my energy, and that hopefully eventually my body will catch up to where my mind wants to be. And then we'll be on the same page and it won't be this huge struggle. But then again, knowing me, I might always, my to-do list might always be longer than what I can do in a day because I always set really huge expectations and ideas, and they're very unrealistic because everything always takes me longer than I think that it will. But things still get done. The things that need to get done, get done. So what needed to get done today got done today, and I'm very grateful for that. So in spite of being tired or worn out or taking long breaks in between things, I got things done, and I'm hopeful that I can continue to do that and that things will work out and that bills will start getting paid and that hopefully I will find some jobs that I'm interested in that will pay the bills and maybe be slightly challenging so I can start, having a different income. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But ultimately, my goal is still to figure out how to get my books published and maybe get monetized on my YouTube videos because this is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy sharing. I didn't at first, but I think I do kind of enjoy sharing and hoping that sharing my story and my struggles, that maybe it helps other people that might be going through the same thing or similar things to know that you're not alone, that there's a way up, there's a way out, there's hope. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train. I know I say that and I kind of laugh, but I grew up with a mother that used to always say there's a light at the end of the tunnel, which a lot of people say in a way of hope. When things are dim, you look and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It means, okay, things are getting better. It's going to be okay. And my mother was always like, yeah, the light at the end of the tunnel is just a train, because it's just coming to run her over with something else that's going to happen. It's not anything positive. It's not like a break in all of the trials and the struggles. And so it was very negative. Like, there's just no end in sight of anything. And I know that there's an end in sight to every trial, to every struggle, to every problem. And I know that life will continue to happen and other trials and struggles and things will come up, but they're meant to teach me lessons. They're meant to help me to grow and to learn things about myself, or maybe to share with other people to help others that may be going through things that are similar to what I'm going through. So it gives me a positive side of all of that. And it's also a reminder or a way to get closer to my Savior and to remember that God is there and He is aware of me and my life and what I need. And He can provide for me in ways that I can't even imagine. And all the little miracles that happen and they get provided, like all the people that have helped to pay my bills, the bills that I got to skip or pay late, all the people that brought me food and medicine and all of those things when I have been sick that have reached out to me. It's been amazing, and I have been blessed with lots of little miracles and surprises and things that I haven't expected. And I've had a more positive attitude for most of it. I think the worst of it, I was much more positive about the whole thing, and then when it kind of just drag on and I feel like, okay, I'm just kind of stuck. It's not getting better. It's not getting worse. It's just there, and it's frustrating. So, and I've been that way for a while, where it's like I try to do and it doesn't do any good, and so I've been struggling because it's been dragging on longer than I want it to. And I was giving a friend a ride tonight, and we were talking about this, and she has a cast. She had a broken ankle or something, and it's not healing. And so every month or so she goes in and the doctor keeps, taking x-rays to see if it's healed enough so that she can stop wearing the boot and get back to driving and doing things for herself. I mean, she has a lot of things for herself, but she can't, drive herself around and do stuff because of that. So it was kind of, a similar thing where she doesn't know how long it's going to take, or if her ankle bone is going to heal, or if that's going to be something she has to do permanently for the rest of her life. And, the doctor's like, well, come back next month and we'll see. Come back next month and we'll see. So it's kind of, I think, the same with what I'm dealing with. Right in mine, it's just the cough and, that just keeps dragging out. And some days is better than others. But, and the lack of energy. That's the really hard part, is that doing things is just draining and exhausting. But it's the not knowing that there's an end in sight. You break a bone, usually it's 6 weeks, or you get a cold, it's usually like 2 or 3 weeks. It's just, there's usually a time frame. And for some things like this, there's not really a time frame. So it's just kind of a wait and see, and trusting in God's timing. So I get to learn a lot about trusting in God's timing and trusting God to take care of me. And I've seen a lot of miracles, and in the day, in the moment, and things that I've been grateful for, and learning to trust in God's timing, and also recognizing that I can be very stubborn and set in my ways and determine, like, this is what I'm going to do for today, or this is what I think I'm supposed to do, and I'm just going to try to make myself do that, and it doesn't work. But just letting myself do whatever I feel ready to do and comfortable to do, it seems to work. And I don't have to force myself or push myself. I can, which is probably a good thing, when I choose to do that just a little bit. But it's choosing to give in to those enticings of the Spirit, choosing to do the positive things that keep popping into my head to do, instead of pushing them out and ignoring them or avoiding them by watching TV or playing games, or just, wallowing in self-pity. Which is easy to get caught up in. But I'm just grateful for days like this where I feel like I'm kind of taking a break from the self-pity thing and actually doing and following through with those thoughts and feelings. And it's good, except like I said, the more I do, the worse I feel physically, but the better I feel emotionally. And I would love to find the balance where I can feel good physically and emotionally. And excuse me, and not feel like I'm having to pick between one or the other. And I think that will come in time as my body chooses to heal. Um, but I am grateful for the opportunities that I have and grateful for the miracles that I've been able to see. I'm grateful to just learn that what I do in one day, I'm doing the best that I can or the most that I feel capable of doing based on my energy and my mood for the day, that it's enough and it's okay for right now. And I wish I had a whole ton of money so I didn't have to worry about the money thing, because then maybe I would be not quite so discouraged about all of this. But it's still working out, even though it doesn't make any sense. So I'm just grateful for that, and learning once again, or being reminded that worrying doesn't do me any good. I can't jumping to the future, stressing about how I'm going to do stuff or trying to plan it all out doesn't work. Doesn't mean I don't keep trying. But I can still be hopeful for the future, because, when things work out today, I'm like, okay, it worked today, then I'll continue to work tomorrow and the next day. And it's not necessarily going to go the way that I plan or that I think, but I'm not setting myself up to be disappointed by having a strict schedule or plan or things like that. So I'm less likely to be disappointed or discouraged, and I can be more optimistic. And I like being more optimistic and hopeful. And so that's kind of what I'm feeling at the moment, and just grateful for the things that I was able to do today. Not going to say it's not frustrating to be tired or to be worn out. I mean, honestly, it was very discouraging to know that I did something for 2 hours and then felt like I was done for the whole day. But also grateful that I didn't stay done for the whole day, that I kept doing even though I felt tired. And then, of course, I stayed up really late, even though I was really tired, which I don't know why I keep doing that. I need to stop doing that. I even wrote in my journal and thought, cool. But then all I had to do was my video, and I just keep putting that off for whatever reason. I don't know. But day 50, I guess because it's day 50 and the realization that it's been 7 weeks and I've pretty much been sick this entire time, and not exactly what I thought focusing on today was going to be, or doing these videos was going to be, but I'm still doing it. So this is progress. This is proof that I'm still trying to improve myself, that I haven't given up, and that I'm still moving forward. I'm not as stuck or stagnant as I think that I am. I just forget, because I get frustrated with my inability to do what I used to do. And that's another reminder that I have to stay in today, and I can't compare myself to what I used to be able to do or what I want to do in the future. I have to focus on what I can do today to work towards my goals for the future, and not worry about what I used to be able to do, because I can't go back. I can only go forward. So, and I don't know what my future is going to be, or what I will or won't be able to do in the future. So we'll just have to wait and see, which I don't really like to do, but I can do, and I'm grateful for that too. And grateful for the people that choose to watch these videos. So if you find them helpful, or you like them, or think they're somewhat entertaining, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like them too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude, and maybe do some writing.